So there is an injury to one Sidney Crosby, and the reason I really want to talk about this is, of course, there was always word that after his those couple of years where he had those pretty brutal concussions, that Crosby went out of Pittsburgh because he didn't trust their medical staff. And I remember hearing somewhere this year, I can't remember where, that Pittsburgh staff are notorious for their injury problems. And apparently, there's something to do with Crosby and a lingering injury with a sports hernia,
Yes, that is true.
and he
And
is now contemplating surgery.
yeah, and that would sideline him for 4 to 6 weeks.
Which is like for the Penguins could derail their entire season.
So what it says here, this is from Rob Rossi of the Athletic. Uh, he reported that Crosby aggravated his injury in the 3-2 win over Chicago, but he's been dealing with this injury since training camp.
Oh my god. I just I understand the thing of wanting to play, but I mean it's Sidney Crosby and he's 32.
Right. This is going to be very different for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I will explain why. We are talking about the first or second best player in the world right now, depending on who you ask. I think he's the second. Um, Others would argue, some would argue otherwise. How do you replace Sidney Crosby?
You don't.
You can't. It this getting rid of, or not getting rid of, losing Sidney Crosby for 4 to 6 weeks is very different than losing Evgeny Malkin, not having Brian Rust, Alex Galchenyuk being out. The list of injuries they had at the beginning are nothing compared to not having Sidney Crosby. And it's awesome uh, that their AHL team is developing players and they're able to bring them up and they're able to actually produce points. But when it comes to replacing someone with Sidney Crosby's caliber, it's not easy.
No.
So, what do you think this team does to fix this situation?
Well, I mean, they don't have any cap space to start. Understand? Yeah, you put them. You like, what move are you going to make to fix that? Even if you put Crosby on LTIR, you still haven't moved Jack Johnson. I
Yeah,
mean,
you did get rid of Eric Branson, which is
oh,
one thing.
fantastic. It's not like, getting him in the first place wasn't a bad idea. Don't mind that. Alex Galchenyuk has had health issues nonstop over the past 2 years. You still have Brandon Tanev on that stupid deal. So I don't know what you do because you're in a position with the Pens that this should be, if you really need it to, like a retool year. So you can't go and be stupid and trade a pick or a prospect because you're gonna need them. The Pens aren't at a level of a Tampa or anyone that can just give away. They're not that championship back to back team that they were. They're just not. I don't know what you do, Alex. I don't know what you do if you're Jim Rutherford.
He's in a very delicate position because I'm on their hockey reference page right now. And to be honest, their goal, and I know you don't like Matt Murray, so I'm not going to ask you to comment on Matt Murray. Their goalies aren't that bad. Matt Murray is 9-3-2. He has a 914 save percentage. Tristan Yari is 3-1. Or sorry, he's 1-3. My bad. 1-3 with a 929 save percentage. So I don't know what's going on there, but at least their starting goalie is somewhat consistent. So
Yes.
it's hard for Jim Rutherford to even consider retooling because how do you retool? Because at the end of the day, even without Sidney Crosby, the team has players who are going to put up points. So it's not like they can it's not like they're in the situation of, let's say, the Rangers. Who would you consider the Rangers rebuilding or retooling?
They did a super rebuild, but now they're in like the final stages of it.
Okay, so what's a team that's retooled?
I would say Montreal because they
Okay,
still have those core players.
Montreal. But Montreal does not have anyone of Sidney Crosby's caliber, correct?
Correct.
They have good pieces, but don't have the superstar, like superstar.
We could argue price, but goalies are weird.
But goalies are different.
Yeah, they have a living legend goaltending, but they haven't had a. Remember we we made a fair point that beside PK, the last like superstar they had was Saku Koivu, and I like Saku Koivu, but
Yeah.
yeah, they don't.
So it's really difficult for Jim Rutherford. Like, what does he do? Does he look at this team and say, okay, Justin Schultz is expiring, Alex Galchenyuk is expiring? Does he go and look to trade those pieces and get something back? Like, what could you get for someone like Alex Galchenyuk? He's 25. He's going to be a UFA at the end of the year.
You hope to God he stays healthy and gets some numbers, because so far he's only got 3 assists.
I don't know what to do with this team.
I don't either. So the only thing you can do is hope to God Sidney Crosby is okay and he comes back and drags you out of hell.
But that's why I'm saying 4 to 6 weeks is a lot of time. A lot of time to miss. So if they dig themselves into a hole, I don't know if Sidney Crosby can actually take them out of that hole, even though he's Sidney Crosby.
See, I'm tempted to agree with you, but you know me, and you know the saying I live by that many other
Poke the
people.
bear.
No, not poking the bear.
Oh,
Never
I
count
don't.
Crosby.
Yeah, I never count on Sidney Crosby.